LeBron James. A name that has become synonymous with greatness in the NBA. Over 2 decades of dominance. 4 championship rings. A resume packed with records, accolades, and unforgettable moments. But even with everything he's accomplished, there's still one thing on his mind. One more NBA title. And he wants to get it wearing purple and gold. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Now, if LeBron can pull that off, he'll have 5 championships under his belt. That would put him just one shy of the iconic 6-ring total of Michael Jordan. And you know what that means? The GOAT debate would hit a whole new level. Because for years, basketball fans have been torn. Who's the greatest of all time? Is it Michael Jordan, the killer instinct, the 6-for-6 finals icon? Or is it LeBron James, the all-around powerhouse who shattered records and redefined longevity in the league? Every time LeBron gets closer to that 6th ring, the noise grows louder. The comparisons get sharper. The arguments get more intense. And now, a familiar voice from Jordan's camp has entered the chat. David Falk, the longtime agent of Michael Jordan, the man who helped shape MJ's empire off the court, just took a swing at LeBron's legacy. And his comments? They're raising some eyebrows. Falk didn't talk about points per game, shooting percentage, or even finals MVPs. No, he took aim at LeBron's journey, the fact that he's played for multiple teams throughout his career. According to Falk, if Michael Jordan had bounced around the league like LeBron, jumping from team to team in pursuit of titles, he could have won even more championships than he did. Instead, Jordan stuck with the Bulls, built a dynasty, and only played elsewhere when he returned to the Wizards late in his career, a move many fans still scratch their heads over. Falk's message was clear. LeBron's path to greatness isn't the same as Jordan's, and in his eyes, that matters. But does it really? Because here's the counterpoint, and it's a strong one. No matter which jersey he wore, LeBron wasn't just joining super teams or riding coattails. He led every team he was on. In Miami, in Cleveland, and in Los Angeles, LeBron has consistently been the best player on the floor, the engine behind every championship run. When the pressure's on, he shows up. He's delivered title-winning performances on different stages, in different cities, with different rosters. That level of adaptability, that's not a weakness, that's greatness. And yet, there are fans who will never be convinced. No matter how many games he wins, no matter how many milestones he passes, for some people, LeBron will never measure up to Michael Jordan. It's not just about stats or rings for them, it's about mythology. About aura. About a perfect 6-0 finals record and that killer Jordan mentality. But let's look at the full picture. Jordan's career wasn't without flaws. He took a break in the middle of his prime to play baseball. He walked away from a dominant Bulls team, potentially costing himself even more rings. And when he came back, it was with the Washington Wizards, a team that didn't make the playoffs either season he played. LeBron, on the other hand, never walked away. Through injuries, criticism, and the relentless demands of modern media, he's kept showing up. Year after year. Always in the hunt. Always pushing for more. That kind of durability and consistency. It's something we've never seen at this level before. And here's something else to consider. The league today isn't the same as it was in the 90s. The competition is deeper, the pace is faster, and the pressure? It's 24/7. Social media, global coverage, constant comparisons. LeBron has lived under that spotlight his entire career. He didn't just survive it. He thrived in it. So when David Falk criticizes LeBron for switching teams, it raises a bigger question. Do we value loyalty more than results? Do we penalize a player for adapting and evolving? Or do we recognize greatness in all its forms, even when it doesn't look like what we're used to? Because here's the truth. LeBron James isn't trying to be the next Michael Jordan. He's trying to be the first LeBron James. And with every game, every assist, every clutch performance, he's writing a legacy that stands on its own, not in Jordan's shadow, but right alongside it. So now, as LeBron enters the final stretch of his career, the stakes couldn't be higher. One more championship isn't just another ring, it's a statement. A statement that could silence doubters. That could shift the GOAT conversation forever. And whether you love him or love to hate him, there's no denying it, we're all watching. Because history is still being written. And LeBron James? He's not done yet. Did the Lakers' blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic just sabotage their chances of adding Giannis Antetokounmpo to their roster? It's a bold question, but one that's gaining serious traction across the NBA landscape. And today, we're diving deep into what might be the biggest what-if scenario for Lakers fans this year. Let's rewind. In one of the most electrifying and unexpected moves in recent NBA memory, the Los Angeles Lakers managed to pry Luka Doncic away from the Dallas Mavericks. It was a jaw-dropping moment that sent shockwaves throughout the league. The Mavericks, once poised to be a perennial powerhouse in the West, suddenly looked directionless without their cornerstone star. They didn't even make the playoffs. Meanwhile, over in Los Angeles, it was a different story. Luka didn't just join the Lakers, he transformed them. With LeBron James entering the twilight years of his historic career, the Lakers had a looming question. Who's next? Who's going to carry the torch when the king finally steps down? Well, with Doncic now in purple and gold, that question has a clear answer. He's young, he's brilliant, and he's already one of the top players in the league. It was a home run deal. But here's the twist no one saw coming. As perfect as the Doncic acquisition may seem, it might have accidentally closed the door on one of the Lakers' long-standing dreams, bringing Giannis Antetokounmpo to Hollywood. And make no mistake, Giannis has always been on their radar. He's a two-time MVP, a champion, and a dominant force who could elevate any franchise into instant title contention. For a team like LA, he's the kind of player you move heaven and earth to get. Or at least, you try to. The reality is, by going all in on Doncic, the Lakers burned through a massive chunk of their trade capital. Draft picks. Gone. Young prospects. Dealt. Flexibility. Severely limited. And now, with rumors swirling that Giannis might eventually seek a new home if Milwaukee can't build a true contender around him, the Lakers may be out of the running before the race even begins. Let's be honest, the Bucks would demand a king's ransom for Giannis. And why wouldn't they? He's the face of their franchise and the engine behind their success. Trading him would already be a tough pill to swallow, but sending him to the Lakers? That could spark a fan revolt in Milwaukee. The optics alone are brutal. What could LA even offer at this point? There's some talk about a potential package built around Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and a few future first-round picks. But that's not exactly a haul that screams game changer. And let's not forget, those picks would likely fall deep in the draft order if Giannis were to join a team already featuring Doncic. The Lakers would be a super team. The Bucks know it, the fans know it, and any GM with common sense would hesitate to pull the trigger. There's also a bigger strategic question here. Are the Lakers even willing to include Reeves in a deal? By all accounts, he's become a core piece of their future plans. Unless something major changes, Reeves isn't going anywhere. And that makes a thin offer look even thinner. So what now? The Lakers still need to get better. They've improved dramatically with Doncic, no doubt, but to truly compete with the top-tier teams like the Nuggets, Celtics, or a healthy Suns squad, they need more size, more defense, and more depth in the paint. Giannis would have solved all of that, but now they may need to lower their sights and focus on a different kind of big man. One who doesn't cost them the entire house. There are still solid options out there. Defensive centers who can protect the rim, rebound, and play their role without disrupting the team's core. That's where Rob Pelinka and the front office will need to get creative. Because barring a miracle, the Giannis dream might already be dead. And that's a shame, because just imagine it. Luka Doncic feeding lobs to Giannis in transition. A pick-and-roll combo that defenders would lose sleep over. The perfect blend of perimeter skill and interior dominance. On paper, it would have been legendary. But it looks like that pairing will remain just that, something on paper. Now, let's give credit where it's due. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still very much in his prime. This past season with the Bucks, he averaged 30.4 points per game, along with 11.9 rebounds and 6.5 assists. He shot a jaw-dropping 60% from the field, showcasing once again that he's nearly unstoppable when attacking the rim. Sure, his three-point shooting was just 22.2%, but when you're that dominant inside, you can afford a few weaknesses. Bottom line, the Lakers made a bold move by getting Luka Doncic, and it's already paying off. But every move in the NBA has ripple effects. And this one may have cost them a shot at one of the greatest players of this generation. The window on Giannis may not be completely closed, but it's looking smaller than ever. And for Lakers fans hoping for the ultimate super team, that's a tough pill to swallow. This offseason is shaping up to be a critical moment for the Los Angeles Lakers. After a season full of ups and downs, with glimpses of greatness shadowed by glaring weaknesses, the Lakers find themselves at a crossroads. The moves they make now will determine whether they remain championship contenders or fall further behind the elite teams in the NBA. One of the biggest priorities for the Lakers this summer is to address the center position, a spot that was a significant issue last season. The absence of a dominant, reliable big man was a major factor in their struggles, especially come playoff time. Without a true presence inside, both on offense and defense, the Lakers couldn't quite put it all together when it mattered most. Now, with the offseason in full swing, the Lakers are turning their attention to the trade market. Free agency hasn't presented many top-tier options at center, so it makes sense they'd look to trades as the best way to upgrade. And when we talk about potential trade targets, one name keeps popping up: DeAndre Ayton. Ayton, the former #1 overall pick, is currently with the Portland Trail Blazers, a team that has been exploring trade options for him for a while now. The possibility of Ayton landing in Los Angeles is generating buzz, but it's far from a done deal. Jovan Buha, a respected NBA reporter from The Athletic, recently broke down a potential trade scenario on his show, Buha's Block. In this proposal, the Lakers would send Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, rookie Dalton Knecht, and a future first-round pick to Portland in exchange for Ayton and forward Toumani Camara. But there's a catch. Buha shared his doubts that Portland would actually agree to such a deal. According to him, the Trailblazers place high value on Camara, reportedly wanting something like 2 first-round picks just for him. This means that while the Lakers' offer includes a promising rookie and a first-round pick, it might still fall short of Portland's asking price. So what about the pieces the Lakers are willing to part with? Let's break them down. Gabe Vincent had a solid season with the Lakers, providing valuable minutes as a reliable guard off the bench. Maxi Kleber is a veteran presence with defensive versatility and shooting range, a player who can fit well in many lineups. Then there's Dalton Knecht, a rookie who started the season with promise but faced the typical ups and downs of a first-year player. At 24 years old, Knecht struggled to consistently find his role on a team with high expectations. As the season progressed and the playoffs approached, his minutes dwindled significantly, and he saw very little action when it really counted. Now, focusing on Ayton himself, his 2024 season was solid but unspectacular. In 40 games, Ayton averaged 14.4 points, 10.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1 block per game, playing around 30 minutes each night. These numbers are respectable and show that he's capable of being a double-double threat, which every contender needs in a big man. However, the Lakers have to ask themselves, is Ayton the kind of player who can take them all the way? Will he provide the dominant interior presence required to push a championship team over the edge? The answer isn't clear-cut. Ayton has the talent and size, but questions remain about his consistency and defensive impact. He's shown flashes of brilliance but hasn't always been able to sustain that level game after game. On the flip side, Toumani Camara could be exactly what the Lakers need in a supporting role. Known for his lockdown defense and hustle, Camara can guard multiple positions and contribute enough scoring to keep opponents honest. Players like him are often the glue that hold championship teams together, those who don't always show up in the stat sheet but make a critical difference on the court. Now, let's consider the cost of this trade. The Lakers would be giving up some solid depth and a future first-round pick, which is never an easy decision for a team trying to balance short-term success with long-term flexibility. The Lakers are also walking a financial tightrope. With LeBron James aging and Anthony Davis no longer on the roster, the team is looking to rebuild around new core players like Austin Reeves and potentially Luka Doncic. Mortgaging too much of the future for a single trade could limit their options in the years to come. Speaking of Luka Doncic, it's worth noting how his presence in Los Angeles affects everything. Luka's arrival reshaped the Lakers' future, giving them a bona fide superstar to build around when LeBron eventually retires. But it also complicates trade discussions for other superstars like Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Lakers' assets are now stretched thin. Back to the trade discussion, if the Lakers can't land Ayton, they might have to shift their focus elsewhere. Perhaps a more affordable center, or a player with a slightly different skill set but who can still anchor the defense and protect the rim. This offseason is all about making smart, impactful moves. The Lakers need to build a roster that complements their current stars, addresses their weaknesses, and puts them in a position to compete at the highest level. To sum it up, acquiring DeAndre Ayton would be a major upgrade at center and could help solve one of the Lakers' biggest problems from last season. But the trade talks are complicated, the cost is high, and the fit isn't guaranteed. The Lakers' front office, led by Rob Pelinka, has a tough job ahead. They must weigh the pros and cons carefully, balancing ambition with pragmatism. For Lakers fans, this summer promises to be a roller coaster. The stakes couldn't be higher. Will the team make the moves necessary to chase a championship, or will they risk losing valuable assets for uncertain returns? Only time will tell.